Trailers are cool, am I right? Yeah, they're cool. Alright, well, let's talk about some trailers. Snippety snap, my fellow human beings and other fellow creatures of the cosmos. This is Sam the Gagan fan, back with another edition of Year of the Monsters. And you might be noticing, Sam, what's with the new angle on the camera?
Well, I'll tell you, son.
So my brother's still the other tripod that I usually used to record with, so now I'm using this other one that he gave me an alternative, and I can actually place it, on my, near my setup so that I can record more,
It'll sound better.
And enough with all of that. Let me tell you about the crazy story about this video. So for those of you who don't know, a new trailer for Rampage came out, and it was pretty awesome. So I was thinking of talking about that, but then I was thinking, hey, why don't I talk about the other Pacific Rim Uprising trailer that came out a couple weeks ago? But then, like an unexpected godsend from the heavens, we got a new Pacific Rim Uprising trailer, the IMAX exclusive trailer, which is on IMAX's YouTube channel, and that came out, so that gives me a lot more room to talk about with these two trailers. You get what I'm talking about? So now we can compare like two new trailers of two new kaiju movies, because there's actually a lot to talk about when it comes to both of these trailers, so
let's get into it, son.
So I'm gonna start with Pacific Rim first because it's the first upcoming kaiju movie. I've already seen the trailer. I watched it at school, so that was pretty fun. I mean, overall thoughts on the trailer, I really don't give a whole lot of a crap about. I mean, I'm excited for Pacific Rim, it's just,
it doesn't look that good, okay?
And I mean doesn't look that good in literal sense. There's very clear differences between the second trailer and the first trailer. Now, I'll play those differences right now. The first trailer just looks a lot better. There isn't really a lot more new stuff to talk about. The usual shtick. I want to say the CGI improved, but it honestly didn't. It actually looks a bit worse now. One of the bigger points of contention when it comes to this trailer is the usage of, or how the Jaegers and kaiju move, because in the first movie, they were all really big, they move pretty slowly, all that kind of stuff. It's more real. But in this one, they're just all like bouncing around off buildings, sprinting at Mach 6, and throwing each other around the whole bloody city, and it's dumb. It's stupid. Why? Now, the Jaeger's being updated so that they can move a lot quicker. Since this movie does take place like 10 years after the original or something like that. That checks out. I'm perfectly okay with that. The problem is that that the physics are just really weird. Like, for instance, there's one shot where Saber Athena, I think it's called, she just leaps off a building, and it's just like,
that's not how it works.
To give some more in general thoughts, I can't help but see Pacific Rim Uprising as nothing more than a really complicated balancing act. Mainly because you have all the stuff with the monsters, and then you have these rogue Jaegers, and then you have these kaiju Jaegers, and it's just, why? Like, why do you even need the kaiju stuff? We already closed off the breach in the first movie. Why do we need to open it up again? Wouldn't it make more sense to just have a new movie with the rogue Jaegers and stuff? Doesn't it make a little bit more sense? The kaiju, they look alright, I guess. Nothing really too drastic here. Some of them look kind of bland and stuff. But I mean, that's just how it is with these types of movies, I guess. Because modern monster designs just kind of suck nowadays, and I made an entire video all about that. There isn't really much more to talk about. So, thoughts on Pacific Rim Uprising trailer overall? It's pretty bad. I mean, a lot of these trailers have been pretty bad, but for other reasons aside from the updated special effects looking kind of worse. I'm actually fine with the constant blaring of Tupac War Ready stuff. I mean, I've made it kind of a meme myself. If the Godzilla anime sequel's anything to go by. War ready, war ready, war ready, war ready, war ready. I don't have a problem with that. The problem I do have is that the Pacific Rim classic theme was only used once. If I even want to say that. It's only like the first chords, you know, the ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, I've talked about fan service before, and I'm actually in the process of making another kaiju discussion talking about fan service as a whole, but the thing with this movie is that in these trailers, there's very little fan service. It's only really the ba-da-da-da-da-ba-da-da, and for the rest of the time, it's... You see where my kind of problem with these trailers lie? It's improper utilization of fan service. And I mean, it's a sequel. It has the right of fan service. So yeah, not really too impressed with Pacific Rim trailer overall. It's just kind of not really that good. Rampage, on the other hand,
That trailer is freaking great.
okay, so on the topic of Rampage, I haven't played the video games at all. So I'm not really that too well coerced into the Rampage universe as it is. All I know about it is that there's giant monsters and they're mutated from other things. And from the gist, I think that the entire goal of the video game is just beat up cities, and there's a lot of that in these trailers, so I'm cool with that. This trailer also has blaring rap music in the background, which
I find a lot better than Tupac, to be honest.
And I mean that in the trailer sense too, the fan service sense. Whereas Pacific Rim, its theme is basically Pacific Rim. Like, the theme is basically the movie. When you think of the theme, you think of Pacific Rim. But when you don't really think of Pacific Rim, you think of Tupac. But in the Rampage trailer, the fan service is the giant monsters destroying stuff. So that gives the trailer an excuse to just blare in the background. But I mean, as a whole, the trailer itself was pretty fun. The special effects haven't been changed like in Pacific Rim, and they do still look really good. I really like the monster designs in this. I like how each of the monsters are being taken with creative liberties, especially with Ralph being able to do a variant sort of a move, where he can fly now. So yeah, overall I enjoyed the Rampage trailer a lot more than the Pacific Rim Uprising trailer. And hopefully my opinions will be the same on each movie. And speaking of opinions, what did you guys think of these two trailers? Did you think they were good, trash, somewhere between? All that stuff. Which rap song do you like better? But anyways, this is Sam the Geigen fan telling you guys to blare stop me, nobody stop. And remember to wash your hands.